Hi everyone, this is Cooking with Kurt, and today we're going to show you how to make a pistachio crunch cake. This is inspired by the Dubai Knafeh chocolate filled with Kataifi and pistachios.
Different kinds of chocolate are layered with crunchy Kataifi, then topped with a creamy pistachio sauce.
To start, we're going to make the primary source of the pistachio flavor, which will be a pistachio cream. Take a heat-proof bowl, add in 2 cups of shelled, roasted, unsalted pistachios, and 2 cups of boiling water. Let it sit for 5 minutes to blanch the pistachios. Drain the hot water and transfer the pistachios into a bowl of cool water. Individually rub the pistachios with your fingers in the cold water to peel off the skins. Discard the skins and keep the blanched peeled pistachios. Take a food processor and add in the blanched peeled pistachios and pulse until it turns into a mixture that somewhat clumps together. Add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2/3 cup of honey, 2/3 cup of heavy cream, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Pulse this mixture until well combined and smooth. Transfer this pistachio cream mixture into a bowl and set it aside. This can be made a day in advance and stored in the fridge in an airtight container. Next, we're going to make the chocolate sponge base. Take 2 eggs and separate them into yolks and whites, and let them come to room temperature. Put an oven rack in the middle position and preheat your oven to 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take a 9-inch round cake pan and line the bottom with parchment paper. Do not grease the parchment paper or the sides of the pan. Soak 1 cake strip in cold water for 5 minutes. Then shake off excess water, but do not wring, and place the soaked cake strip around the cake pan. Prepare hot coffee and mix 1/4 cup of hot coffee with 2 tablespoons of unsweetened natural cocoa powder. Mix well and let it cool. In a large bowl with a sieve, add in 1/2 cup of cake flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift together and whisk to combine. Add in the 2 egg yolks, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of finely grated orange zest, and the coffee chocolate mixture from earlier. Beat with an electric mixer or by hand just until smooth and well blended. In the bowl of your stand mixer, add in the 2 room temperature egg whites and 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. With a whisk attachment, beat on medium speed till it's frothy. Then turn up the speed to medium-high and very slowly add in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar and beat until you see stiff, glossy peaks. 1/3 at a time, gently fold in this meringue into the cake mixture until very well combined. Pour this batter into the prepared round cake pan. We're going to bake the chocolate sponge at 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes. Or until the surface springs back when touched lightly at the center and a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Invert the cake onto a metal rack, then immediately lift off the pan and peel off the parchment paper. Let it cool on the rack completely to room temperature.
While we're waiting for the chocolate sponge cake to cool, we're going to work on the dark chocolate mousse layer. In a small mixing bowl, take 2 egg yolks and beat it for 1 to 2 minutes till it is lemon yellow in color. Set aside. Place a small heat-proof mixing bowl over a water bath on medium-low heat. Add in 4 ounces of semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate, which is about 2/3 cup of chocolate chips, and 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, cut into 1 tablespoon cubes. Melt and mix them together until smooth. Remove the bowl from the heat. While the chocolate is still hot, add in the whipped egg yolks and stir them in. Then add 1/4 teaspoon salt and an optional 2 teaspoons of light rum, and stir those in as well. Set this aside to cool till it is lukewarm. In a separate mixing bowl, add in half a cup of very cold heavy cream and 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. Beat this till you start to see soft peaks. When the chocolate has cooled to lukewarm, fold in the whipped cream into the chocolate mixture, 1/3 at a time until it's smooth.
When the chocolate sponge has cooled and the chocolate mousse is ready, take a cake board that's larger than 9 inches. This is a 10-inch cake board. Invert the sponge cake onto the 10-inch cake board so that the flatter side is on the cake board. Using an 8-inch cake ring, cut the outer edges off the cake to create an even 8-inch cake round with straight edges. This will help create straight edges in the final cake. Remove the excess chiffon and clean up any remaining crumbs from the cake board. Take an acetate sheet that's 30 inches long and 6 inches high, and place it around the chocolate sponge so that the circumference of the acetate sheet is flush with the chocolate sponge and perpendicular to the cake board. Use tape, which often comes with acetate sheets, also called cake collars, to hold the acetate sheet together. Then add the chocolate mousse on top. With a small spoon, make sure it goes all the way to the sides, touching the acetate sheet, and level it so the top is as smooth and even as possible. Leave this in the freezer for the chocolate mousse to set quickly. The next layer is the crunchy Kataifi. Kataifi is a thin, noodle-like string pastry that's used in Middle Eastern desserts like Knafeh, and of course, the Dubai Knafeh chocolate is what this cake is inspired by. Take a medium-sized mixing bowl, and add 1 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of cornstarch, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk the dry ingredients together to combine. Then add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 2 cups of water, and whisk this until smooth. Strain the batter through a sieve to remove any remaining lumps. Transfer the batter into disposable piping bags, dividing it into 3 batches. Take a large non-stick skillet and heat it over medium heat. When the pan is very hot, cut a 2 mm hole at the tip of the piping bag and drizzle batter over the pan in circular motions, going from the middle of the pan and working towards the outer edge of the pan. After about 20 to 30 seconds, the strands of pastry will start to peel off the pan. When you see that it's starting to peel off the pan, use a spatula to transfer the strands from the pan onto a clean plate or chopping board. Continue this process until all the batter is used up from all 3 batches of batter. You'll end up with 3 big batches of spun pastry. Then roughly chop the Kataifi strands into 1 inch to 2 inch long pieces. This will look like a lot of Kataifi, but trust us, you'll need all of it for the cake's Knafeh layer, as the Kataifi will shrink considerably once fried in butter to make them golden brown and crunchy. Take the same large skillet as before and heat it over medium-low heat. Add in 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter and let it melt. Once the butter has melted, add in the sliced Kataifi and stir continuously until they are golden brown. The strands will shrink as they become crispy. This will take about 20 minutes on medium-low heat. Turn off the heat and transfer to a large mixing bowl. Add in 1 cup of roughly chopped pistachios and mix them in. Let it cool to room temperature. When the Kataifi has reached room temperature, add in 1 cup of the pistachio cream, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of ground cardamom. Mix this together till well combined. Take the cake out of the freezer and add this Kataifi mixture on top of the chocolate mousse layer. Make sure the Kataifi is packed into itself, creating a dense layer. Use a small spoon to flatten and level the top so it's as smooth as possible. Place everything back in the freezer for the Kataifi layer to firm up quickly.
While the Kataifi layer firms up in the freezer, we're going to work on the pistachio mousse layer. Take a small microwavable bowl, add half a cup heavy cream and microwave for 50 seconds till the heavy cream is steaming. Add in 3 ounces, which is about half a cup of white chocolate chips into the hot heavy cream. Let it stand for 1 minute, Then mix it until the white chocolate is completely melted and there are no lumps. Add in half a cup of the pistachio cream and mix this together until smooth. Create an ice bath by placing a thermally conductive bowl, like glass or stainless steel, over a big bowl of ice water so the bottom of the bowl is submerged in ice water. Transfer the pistachio mixture into the metal bowl and stir constantly till it is completely chilled, about 10 minutes. When the pistachio ganache has been chilled, transfer this mixture to the bowl of your stand mixer. With the whisk attachment, whip it on medium-high speed for about 1 minute. Stop the mixer and add in half a cup of very cold heavy cream and an optional 2 to 3 drops of green gel coloring. Continue whipping on medium-high speed till you see soft peaks. Then take the cake out of the freezer and add this pistachio mousse on top of the Kataifi layer. With a small spoon, level it so the top is as smooth and even as possible. Make sure it goes all the way to the sides, touching the acetate sheet. Put everything back in the freezer to let this pistachio mousse set quickly. Next, we're going to make the milk chocolate mousse layer using a similar process. Take a microwave-safe bowl, add 1/4 cup heavy cream and microwave for 45 seconds till the heavy cream is steaming. Add in 2 ounces, which is about 1/3 cup of milk chocolate chips into the hot heavy cream. Let it stand for 1 minute and mix until the milk chocolate is completely melted and there are no lumps. Create an ice bath by placing a thermally conductive bowl like glass or stainless steel over a big bowl of ice water so the bottom of the bowl is submerged in ice water. Transfer the chocolate mixture into the metal bowl and stir constantly till it is completely chilled, about 10 minutes. When the milk chocolate ganache has been chilled, transfer this mixture to the bowl of your stand mixer. With the whisk attachment, whip on medium-high speed for about 1 minute. Stop the mixer, then add in 1/4 cup of very cold heavy cream, 1/8 teaspoon salt, and an optional 2 teaspoons of light rum. Continue whipping on medium-high speed till you see soft peaks. Then take the cake out of the freezer and add the milk chocolate mousse on top of the pistachio mousse layer, which should be quite firm by now. With a small spoon, level it so the top is as smooth and as even as possible, making sure it goes all the way to the sides, touching the acetate sheet. Put everything back in the freezer to let this milk chocolate mousse set quickly. And the final layer of the cake is a chocolate glaze. One last time, take a microwave-safe bowl, add in 1/3 cup of heavy cream and microwave for 50 seconds till the heavy cream is steaming. Add in 2 ounces, which is about 1/3 of a cup of semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate chips into the hot, heavy cream. Let it stand for 1 minute, then gently stir until the chocolate chips are completely melted and there are no lumps. Let the chocolate glaze cool completely to room temperature, about 30 to 40 minutes. Then take the cake out of the freezer and pour the chocolate glaze mixture over the milk chocolate mousse layer, making sure it goes all the way to the sides, touching the acetate sheet. Before the chocolate glaze sets, immediately sprinkle 1/4 cup of roughly chopped pistachios around the outer perimeter of the top surface. Put everything in the freezer overnight for all the layers to set, and keep the cake in the freezer until you're ready to serve.
Next, we're going to make the final component, a pistachio crème anglaise, which is a custard sauce. Prepare an ice bath and set it aside. Take a small saucepan and add in 1 cup of heavy cream and half a cup of whole milk. Heat over medium heat till it just starts to boil at the edges of the pan. Turn off the heat and let it cool at room temperature for 10 minutes. While the cream milk mixture is cooling, take a large mixing bowl and add in 3 egg yolks, 1/4 cup of the pistachio cream, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Whisk these together with a hand mixer for 2 minutes till they're well combined and smooth. After 10 minutes of cooling, constantly whisking the eggs vigorously, 1 small pour at a time, very slowly pour the hot milk mixture into the egg mixture. Adding the hot cream a little at a time, very slowly, is important to temper the egg yolks so that they don't get cooked immediately. When you're done pouring in the hot cream, pour everything back into the saucepan. Heat over low heat, stirring constantly for 5 to 8 minutes until the custard thickens enough that it coats the back of a wooden spoon. The mixture should reach 180 degrees Fahrenheit. When you run your finger across the back of the spoon, the mark of your finger should remain. Keep repeating this test every 30 seconds or so. Once this happens, turn off the heat. Strain the mixture through a fine mesh sieve to remove any lumps into a clean thermally conductive container like glass or stainless steel. Place the bowl in the prepared ice bath and stir constantly to cool off the sauce and stop the eggs from cooking any further. Add in an optional 2 to 3 drops of green gel food coloring to adjust the color if you'd like, and mix it in till everything is well combined. Continue stirring in the ice bath till it thickens to the desired pourable consistency. This will happen as it chills to below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the sauce is chilled to below 40 degrees Fahrenheit in the ice bath, cover with plastic wrap and let it rest in the fridge overnight. This pistachio sauce will keep in the fridge for up to 5 days and should be refrigerated until ready to serve. And there it is, a pistachio crunch cake inspired by the Dubai Knafeh chocolate filled with Kataifi and pistachio. When you're ready to serve, pour the cold pistachio sauce on top of the cake, allowing it to come all the way to the sides, touching the acetate sheet. Sprinkle a handful of edible rose petals over the pistachio sauce. Then remove the acetate tape and carefully peel off the acetate sheet and allow the pistachio sauce to drip down the sides of the cake.
Unsalted. Yum.
I love the crunch from the Kataifi and pistachios.
And I bought some Dubai chocolate to compare. And our cake version is spot on with the flavors and texture.
Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know in the comment section below if you're planning to make this pistachio crunch cake. Send us pictures of your creations on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Links below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Cooking with Kirk.
And don't forget to click on the bell so you get notified when we post new cooking videos. And for our written recipes and so much more, be sure to check out cookingwithkirk.com.
Maraming salamat!